Hi everyone, it's Heather from Uniglobe Carefree Travel, and my husband and I recently returned from Scotland. We did a tour with a tour company called Collette, and I want to tell you all about it. I know that not everybody is going to want to go through the day-by-day experience, and so before I get into kind of what our highlights were, the places that we visited, I wanted to just go over a couple of the key things that really made this trip so special and so much better than what we could have done on our own. First of all, let's talk about accommodation. So the hotels that we stayed at were 4+ star hotels. I'm talking like boutique local properties, places in the best locations, like the hotel in the center of the Royal Mile in Edinburgh. It was just so perfect, and honestly, like, these hotels would have cost us so much had we tried to do this on our own, and it was just all included. So that was really great, and I will go over the hotels a little bit more. I did hotel reviews and videos for each place that we stayed, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so the next thing that stood out to me was things that were an additional cost. And I've done tours before, and there's a lot of optionals that you can add. This tour, there was almost no optionals. Everything was included in the upfront price, and it was just really great touring. It was really well paced. We didn't have a lot of out-of-pocket expenses other than our lunches and tips, coffees and snacks, and then I think like a couple of museums that we chose to see. So it was a really good value that way. Like, there was no surprise expenses. While we're talking about the included food, I just want to say that we were really blown away with the quality of the food that we had throughout this entire tour. Everything was delicious. It was high end. It was, you know, going to a nice local restaurant in your own city. Everything was great. So I highly recommend the food quality with Collette. Everything is better than you would expect, especially from hotel dining. Even the breakfasts were above and beyond what I anticipated. There was always a lot of fruit. There was always a lot of options. I will include the food that was included along with my hotel reviews as you go further into the video. Hi everyone, it's Heather from Uniglobe Carefree Travel, and I'm in Scotland on a tour with Collette. And here's a quick tour of our first hotel, the Maldron Hotel in Glasgow. And so far, I really like it. The service has been really good. So when you first walk in, there's a closet here with some extra pillows, a safe, space for your jackets, an ironing board. Our room has a queen bed and a single bed, so that's cool. We have a full-length mirror here, nice TV. I kind of like how everything's yellow. Over here we have our tea station, complete with cookies. Yeah. Tea. I don't know if we have coffee. Do we have coffee? We have instant coffee. There we go. And there's some water here. I have not checked if this is complimentary though, so stay tuned on that. And we have a construction view, but honestly, it doesn't really matter because we're not here to look out the window of our hotel. And then a nice little seating area as well. Okay, I forgot to mention that the outlets, not only is there, you know, your standard UK outlet, but there's also a USB, which is super handy. And there's some more over here by the TV. And over there is just a regular one, but still, that's awesome. Okay, and here's the bathroom. We have a nice modern shower. with shampoo and body wash. Pretty good space in there. We have the sink and amenities, huge mirror, and the toilet. Pretty good sized bathroom for a European hotel. Hi everyone, it's Heather from Uniglobe Carefree Travel, and I'm here at the Ballachulish Hotel. So when you walk in, we have 2 single beds, but they're pushed together. They come with robes and slippers. We are on the 1st floor, which is maybe, you might want to consider it a 2nd floor. So we have a fantastic view of Loch, I want to say it's called Loch Linney. We have a little TV. We have a coffee station with cookies, tea. There's 2 of these chairs. Another window with a great view. A makeup table. A little welcome amenity, including a bottle of gin. Here's the closet. So in this closet, we have some hangers and some space and a fan, which I wish we had in the last hotel, and a ironing board, safe, hair dryer, iron, and a full-size mirror. All right, now here's the bathroom. We've got some nice amenities. Whoa, big beautiful mirror. Hot and cold tap. Toilet. Oh, we're not sure if that is a towel rack, like a heated towel rack, or if it's just like a radiator, but it's exciting either way. A bath tray and a bathtub. I'm very excited about the bathtub. Here we are at the Pentland Hotel in Thurso, Scotland. We have a little coffee station, or a tea station, I guess. There's a ghost in that bathroom. And our room has 3 single beds. Maybe we can make 1 mega bed. Little courtyard view, I guess. Cute. Hi, it's Heather from Uniglobe Carefree Travel. I'm still in Scotland and we're still touring around with Collette Tours, and today we are at the Kingsmill Hotel in Inverness. Let's check out the room. All right, so our room has a delightful purple little couch. It's a nice big window. The hotel is near a golf course, so it's sort of a golf course view, sort of a forest view, sort of a residential view. It's all good. We have a good flat screen TV. We have the 2
singles pushed together, but it looks like it's going to stay together, so that's always a plus. Outlets on either side of the bed, no USBs. A little desk area. And a closet with robes and slippers. Luggage rack. A safe, ironing board. All right, and here's the bathroom. So you walk in, you have a nice big shower, rain shower head, super new, toilet, sink, and a bathtub. Can't complain about that. It is our last hotel in Scotland with Collette, and so we're at the Radisson Blu, which is right on the Royal Mile in Edinburgh, and here's our room. So we're going to start here at the desk. Pleased to know there is one USB and a few other charging options there. We have a little good sized TV. Complimentary water. Love the labeling, that's nice. The tea station. Got hot chocolate and tea and instant coffee. Looks like we have an actual mini bar. Oh no, just a mini fridge. Nice. We have two single beds pushed together. We have USB chargers beside the bed. Super modern, super clean. This is the view. It's a air conditioner view, but it's also a view of the street and of a bar called Whistle Binkies. Let's go back over here. Can you tell I'm tired? This is our last hotel. I'm disorganized. Here's the closet. All the usual key things that you need: the iron, the luggage stand, the ironing board, hair dryer. And over here we have a coat rack and a couple of drawers. Stay tuned for the bathroom. Okay, here is the bathroom at the Radisson Blu. Got some nice storage space, a makeup mirror, another big mirror. For those of you who know me, this is a mirror of truth, so watch out. So many amenities: a shower cap, a dental kit, bath salts, all of the different lotions and creams you could possibly need, face and nail kit. But then we also have over here in the shower and bathtub your body wash, shampoo, and conditioner.
Water looks pretty nice.
Yeah. Here we are at Uniglobe Castle. It's on the top of a hill with great vantage point to defend from enemies.
But here in Skye, there's another name for Skye, this poetic name, which is called Elan Achior. And this means the Island of Mist, or the Misty Isle, which is what it's living up to this morning. As you can see, the mountains attract the weather. These clouds sit on top of the hills. Often Skye is shrouded in a veil of mist when you look at it from the mainland and the other islands. And so this romantic name for Skye, the poetic name, is the Island of Mist, the Misty Isle.
There were 60 stones in that circle. The stones were brought from all over Orkney. Now people want to know why these stone circles are here, and you know, we don't really know because there was nobody around at the time. There are no books. But what we have here is a henge monument, because it had originally 60 stones in the middle, and it also had a ditch which went all the way around the outside. And you can see the ditch on the left hand side, which goes, it's a perfect circle. The Ring of Brodgar. Right, so what we had here originally were 12 stones in a circle. These stones were all quarried in Orkney. They would have been transported across the landscape and erected here in a circular form. Now it's a henge monument, and to be a henge monument you need a platform in the centre, you need some kind of structure there. It can be wooden, it can be stone, and you also have to have a ditch going around the outside. Now there would have been a ditch here originally. We know it was there, but because of the farming the ditch has been filled in. There would also have been a little causeway or a bridge going across the ditch, and that would have enabled people to get from the outside to the inside here. Now these stones are really big stones, and when you go there, bear in mind that up to a third of the stone is under the ground. So they are big pieces of rock. In the centre there is a square. It's an old hearth or a fireplace. Now the archaeologists have excavated the contents of that fireplace. They've found animal bones there, they've found pottery there, they've carbon dated the pottery, and they know that these pieces of pottery originally formed big clay pots and were used for making food in that big hearth there. So this is where people would have gathered. For what ceremony, we don't know, what the religion, what they believed in, but people 5,000 years ago in Orkney gathered here. Bear in mind where it is. There's a stone circle at this end, there's a stone circle at the other end, and then in this middle part here was this great big gathering place called the Ness of Brodgar. Over behind the stone circle where the loch is there is the footprint of another village called Barnhouse. A bit like Scarabray, but it doesn't have any walls, but we know it was there. So this was a very important place 5,000 years ago.
most.
Image for streamliners. The falcon, as she's guiding herself towards those birds she's hunting, is using only her tail to guide herself as she comes through the sky like a missile at high speed. And as she encroaches those birds she's hunting, she can be going at speeds of around 200 miles per hour plus. At the very last moment, when I go hunting with her in the winter time and we do catch any game, I see her flash by the bird at high speed. At the very last moment, out from the undercarriage is coming the two short stumpy legs, both fists clenched like a boxer, as the falcon guides itself by the bird at high speed. She's delivering a very accurate, high impact blow to the back of the other bird's head. Now this impact blow normally kills the other bird outright in the sky, and as it falls to the ground, stone dead after I hear a whack, I see the falcon go into the sky and land on its prize game. And when I pick her up to feed her, because she's tame enough to do so, I'll see that the other bird's skull is completely flattened. So taking out the central nervous system in one quick accurate blow is the trait of how a falcon hunts. Okay, I'm hoping you get the idea.
She's majestic and so scary.
To do the work on the farm, I need these dogs, the Border Collie, originating in the Highland of Scotland, Scottish bred dog. Midge is 10 weeks old tomorrow. The puppies are 8.5 weeks. The dog must go get the sheep and bring them back. The simple thing is get them and bring them back. Bring them to me.
The dog's behind him.
Laddie, come back! Laddie, come back! Laddie! Laddie, come back! Laddie! I'll be your brother. Your brother.
There are a few things that I think you should know before you plan a trip to Scotland. First of all, Scotland is a delightful destination where people are on island time. Things are just a little bit slower, a little bit laid back. In my opinion, it's wonderful, but it does mean, you know, you may be sitting for a meal longer than you anticipated, or servers may take longer, people at the cash register may take longer, but it's all part of the culture. Another thing is that Scotland is a very wet and hilly destination where a lot of things are cobblestone. It is uneven. It is not necessarily the best place to go if you have some mobility issues. There are parts that are easier than others, but even Edinburgh, it's a lot of uphill walking, a lot of cobblestone. It's just not easy for everyone. Or even just exploring castles, right? You're going up and down a lot of flights of stairs. So that's another thing to consider. And finally, let's talk about the weather. We packed expecting it to be wet and cold in October, and although we did have the odd day that was wet or cold, we mostly had sunny, warm days, and so we didn't know what to do with ourselves and what we had packed. But yeah, the weather, it's a little bit unpredictable, but you need to be prepared for everything, and most importantly, waterproof footwear. So all in all, we really enjoyed discovering Scotland with Collette, and we think you should consider it too.